Check out this new 2026 Model X. Let's take it for a spin. Huge improvement. You have ambient lighting here, here, back as well. But the seat is still manual. Inside the 2026 Model X. So this is a new refresh. And it has all the bells and whistle in this new 2026 Model X with the ambient lighting. You have your front camera, as you see here. This actually is clearer than that in the Cybertruck, surprisingly. Super clear. I think this is a higher definition front camera. Even the rear one looks pretty good. The rear one actually looks like the Cybertruck, but the front one, this thing is clearer than the rear ones. You can see there, you can see the license plate. But yeah, and one good thing about this thing is it has full self-driving hardware 4, the Lux package, which includes wheel protection for any nails that you may have, full replacement. It also has the full self-driving windshield protector. So you have rock chip or anything, full replacement. Of course, you can get that with the comprehensive insurance and just keep the deductible low. I think it also comes with the windshield wiper blade replacement included. I'm not 100% sure, but that's just, a few dollars. But overall, they force you to get the Lux package. The good thing about the Lux package is you get unlimited supercharging as long as you don't abuse it. And yeah, the interior is brand new with the ambient lighting all around, including the rear. So this is a 7-seater. You still have the big panoramic windshield. So definitely worth the Lux package, I think, in the Model X versus Model S. You do have the blind spot detection inside the grille there with the red light. So as I move slowly, any car on the adjacent lane is going to light up. So that's that. And then of course you got slightly improved suspension and different wheels. But the biggest improvement is the hardware 4, which we're going to do a full demonstration on the FSD here. So you want to stay tuned for that. Definitely watch the whole entire video to see how it interacts with the traffic, from chill mode to standard to hurry to Mad Max. And you can activate it from parking space to parking space, driveway to driveway, curve to curve. Yeah, it's actually pretty smooth with the hardware 4 with the new firmware update 14. So for example, if I'm driving here, I can activate it by pressing on that with the address, let go of the accelerator pedal, and we're good to go. So pretty amazing stuff happening with full self-driving. So this car is gonna turn right here. It should slow down. It slightly did. Staying in the center lane, so it's not hugging the left like in the Cybertruck. Doing just fine. Even that vehicle turning right, it knows to slightly move to the side. So really digging this camera here. This i3 just cut us off right there, but he is accelerating, so it did detect that with the visualization. So let's go ahead and turn this camera off. So autopilot. All right, it's not supposed to go in that lane yet, but it's supposed to go after this intersection. So I did that really smoothly, as it should. Brake confirmation. I'm trying to look for visualization here. Full. Okay. So the visualization is actually in the instrument cluster. So unlike the Y3 Cybertruck, is on this main display. Accelerate pretty good, pretty smoothly with the standard. All right, let's try it with a more narrow on-ramp. So there's some construction. It looks like there's some construction on this highway. Let's see how it does. So this one merged really aggressively, it looks like. So the lane marking gets a little crazy. So let's see if it slows down. It actually is slowing down, not pushing hard past this vehicle. So as you can see, the walls right here, and did that just fine. So we're gonna start on chill first. So just want to really show you the graphics. So on the heads up, well, not heads up, but on the instrument cluster in the front here, you have visualization of that as well. You have the front camera, and now also the rear camera. You swipe out like that. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, this is in the Model X 2026 with hardware 4. So just trying to signal there for a second, but nothing unusual. I think it's trying to get to the middle lane on chill mode. Taking these curves, pretty good. So I'm gonna move up to hurry and let's see what it does. So it's trying to get over it, accelerate past that BMW right there. It should go in the fast lane or lane 1. Some people don't like to call it fast lane, passing lane, whatever you want to call it, same difference. So it's on the fastest lane or the passing lane in most country. And we do have a carpool or high occupancy lane as well. This one is not set to that, I hope, because I'm in the car by myself, but you can change that setting. All right, so it just went in HOV lane and I'm in the car myself. I don't think this test drive vehicle has the carpool sticker, but let's see here. So if I go in autopilot, you can change the navigation to not go on HOV lane. I think that's under, it's under the navigation. So under navigation settings, you can actually change. Didn't like that. I was looking. Avoid toll, avoid highway, avoid toll. Use HOV. So this is set to off. So it still decide to take the HOV even though that's set to off. It shouldn't have done that. So we're in the HOV. So we'll just stay on the HOV lane. And that's what hurry is. So let's try Matt Max. Okay, I'm on Matt Max. It should try to tailgate the vehicle in front a little bit more. So it's slowly accelerating, getting closer, so it doesn't let anyone cut you off. But there's still a good amount of space. I would say 2 car length of distance. So overall, it's doing all right. So maybe with the hardware 4 front camera, it does do a lot better. So yeah, not driving at all. It's doing a lot better than hardware 3 for sure. 100% a lot better. There's no phantom braking. It's not hugging the left lane like like in the Cybertruck, tends to hug the left lane, although it does have hardware 4 in that. This is a new software 14, I believe, 14 point-ish. We'll take a look at that in a brief second. This guy's trying to get over it. It does recognize the signal, so I did feel the regen start. So with the FSD, it does recognize turn signal. So if there's a vehicle with the turn signal on, it will slow down for that vehicle, even in Mad Max. So typically, as Mad Max driver would not let that vehicle in. They would accelerate and get past that vehicle that's trying to get in. But that's Mad Max. It doesn't feel as max as I anticipated. So again, I haven't intervened or taken over since the start of the FSD. And FSD can start from parking space or even driveway, as well as parking spot in garages, like parking garage or curbside. So you have curbside drop off or pickup, you just hit start full self-driving, it will start doing that. So it's realizing that this truck is driving slow. It's trying to get around it, then it realized that Prius is also driving slow. I'm going to go back to just keep it hurry so it doesn't weave in and out, but that's the difference with Mad Max. So Mad Max will go around vehicle, weaving in and out. Hurry will just keep you on the furthest left lane for the most part. It might go around vehicle, but typically it won't. And then Standard will keep you on the middle to the adjacent lane from the passing lane, the fast lane. And then Chill will put you all the way to the right 2 lanes or 1 lane closest to the exit. That's where you're going to be cruising the whole time. I think it's more dangerous to be furthest to the right. It's probably safer to be on Standard or even in Hurry. Although it doesn't sound like it's safer, but on the highway, usually the worst driver are the ones that are driving on the slower lanes. And then you have some campers on the fast lane as well. But then that's when you go ahead and select Mad Max. So it's doing just fine. Let me see. In 2 miles, it's gonna stay on the 91 highway here and then merge over to 605. I was hoping it will merge over to the 5 first, but let's see if I can change the route. So I can't change the route while it's en route. Let me see if I end the trip. What happens if I end the trip while I'm on the FSD? So nothing happened. It's just gonna stay here. Let's go ahead and select. So you can cancel and then re-put in your address and then select the highway. So that's how you can do it. Okay, so it's gonna take. Okay, it's gonna try and get to the right lane here. It's signaling, but it's not gonna get over in time. So hopefully it just stays on here, because getting over will not make it to the 5. So hopefully it stays on the COV lane. It's still signaling, confusing everybody. No. It's not gonna make it. Okay, it missed the 5. It's 100% missed the 5. So late change. What's it gonna do now? I'm not disengaging, so it's just gonna stay on this highway that I didn't want it to stay on, so it missed that interchange. Now there's gonna be traffic. So again, my hand's here, but I'm not steering or doing anything. So it should try and get back onto the passing lane here. This big rig is tailgating this SUV. Wow, okay. It's passing vehicle, even though it's not on the passing lane, the fast lane. But yeah, this is navigating pretty good. So what's new with 2026? Again, front camera is really cutting in and out here. So now it's coming back out to fast lane, or the passing lane. So yeah, I did pretty good there going around the traffic without having to go on the HOV. So now it realized that it shouldn't be in the HOV. I'm gonna put Map Max here. Let's see what it does. Lots of traffic ahead, but okay, destination in 9 minutes to McDonald's. So again, what's new in the 2026? You do have blind spot in the grill speaker. So there's a red little dot, just like in the new 3. See, you see the red dot there? There's a vehicle in the adjacent lane. So that will light up. This will light up if there's a vehicle in your blind spot or on the adjacent lane near your vehicle that potentially could be in your blind spot. The screen, they say, is the same as the previous year and all the refresh Model X. This display does look more vivid. It used to be really dark, so some improvement there that I noticed. Of course, the ambient lighting all the way around, including the center console down here as well. And then of course you got your front bumper camera, which is really clear, super clear. And then of course the hardware for the FSD. They also have improvement with the suspension. It does ride a lot nicer, and then you also have the improvement with some of the headlights. I think there's more of an adapted feature. The high beam, that is. I'm not sure if the previous one had it. Yeah, it's really smooth with the lane change as well. It either accelerate or decelerate appropriately. Although I'm in Map Max right now, it's getting over to the highway interchange about 1.5 miles. Usually I would do that in like a mile or less, 0.8 miles until the interchange, and I'll get over. As you will see, looks like there's some traffic coming up. So I'm gonna keep it standard and see what it does. So there's traffic slowing down here, and hopefully it'll slow down in time. There's the brake light. It's heartbreaking up front there, so let's see how it does. So yeah, the regen is working, and it's gonna have to slam on the brakes soon. Those vehicles in the front are pretty much come to a standstill. So if you look ahead, there's a lot of traffic. Usually I'll start coming in, you know, in cases like this, I would come in about a mile or less, passing these two slower lanes. So not sure why Mad Max took me to the slower lane, but anyways, we switch it back to standard because I didn't want it to do some weird stuff at the end here. But yeah, no disengagement so far. 16 minutes into FSD from entering the highway, turning from local street, merging. A struggle right there. I'm not sure why it's trying to get over. It should just stay here. It scared that cheap Cherokee, so he slowed down for me to get over, but that was unnecessary. Yes, it's trying to pass all the slower car, but could have done that a long time ago. So I think the system is still learning. Something on the road didn't recognize that. So now it's going back to this lane, which complete stop up there. As you can see, complete stop now. Could have just kept going for a little bit longer. Still not as perfect, but again, it's learning, right? So okay, now it's coming back out. It's trying to come back out again. Unnecessary back and forth. Usually I laugh at those drivers that goes in, goes out because they're stuck, and then go back in. But hopefully it goes in this opening right here. Yep, this is good opening. This is normally where I would enter when there's a interchange. You see all that opening up there. All right. Still going. No disengagement. I have not been able to do this with any hardware 3 vehicle without any intervention, because as you see there, it gets a little tricky for those on-ramp with construction, and also with these interchange here. So it's going into the furthest right lane now. I'm not sure why it didn't just stay on that lane, because this lane is going to exit. Do you hear that? There's still some vibration. So it's going back to this lane. It's going back and forth. It can't make up its mind. So yeah, I'm just on standard. So this standard should be really smooth with minimum lane change. Let's see how it does on the exit ramp. So there's a really slow vehicle here on the slow lane. When I say really slow, it's going below the speed limit, which is illegal for most people that don't know that. You go too fast, you get a ticket. You go too slow, you still can get a ticket. All right, so exit's coming up. Minutes in, about to exit here. Let's see how it does on the exit. Really smooth, right inside the lanes. Okay, in the 2026 Model X, so this is the refresh. Let's check out the settings and controls within the display. You have your typical control in any Tesla But in the Model XS Cybertruck, you have the ride height, you have your unlock and lock, wiper control, so you can change your wiper blade by having it half up, window lock, glove box, charge port open, child safety, mirror, steering wheel, so typical dynamic. You have comfort, standard, insane, and custom. You can adjust that accordingly. And then traction control, auto, slippery surface, stuck assist when you're in snow, fly brake, original. So all these are pretty standard. Towing, charging, this is pretty standard. Autopilot is where everything is pretty much up to date with the current latest firmware. So you have full self-driving, you have confirm brake, or you can have it auto to full self-drive once you select the switch on the display. Standard, actual smart summon. So actually smart summon is now available in the Model X. They did have summon before, but they took it away. And then speed limit, all this are pretty standard. Safety feature, lock, nothing changed here. Lights, you do have ambient lighting now inside the vehicle, so all around, all doors, including the center console. And then yeah, that's pretty much the difference there. You have seat control now. You can control the seat back and forward for the passenger, so that's pretty cool. That's new. That was first introduced in the Model 3 Highland. Display, schedule, safety, all these are pretty much the same. So profile, nothing changed there. You have your audio, so these are the same as other Tesla vehicle. Nothing changed there. Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, trip. You get 350 miles EPA rating in this vehicle. The watt per mile with the 20-inch wheels looks like around 309, so not that great, but maybe just having a heavy foot doesn't help either. So that's it with the display. So that's FSD in the new Model X. So more to come. Subscribe for more. Catch you all in the next video.